The main thing that we're using for SAT prep is something that I just found out about from my friend at church, and I would have given anything to have this as a kid because this is like the SAT secret sauce. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy, the Handmade Homeschooler. Today we're talking about SAT prep. I have had so many questions about SAT prep because you guys have seen me here and on Instagram doing prepping for the SATs with my oldest child who is in 11th grade. And 11th grade is typically the year that you take the SATs. We decided to go ahead and take the SATs at the end of the school year, and I've learned a lot going through this process as a homeschooler and some of the hoops that you have to jump through, but it's relatively easy. Sometimes you gotta do a little bit more legwork because it's not being done at the public school that they attend, kind of like it was when I was in school. So a lot of those public schools will automatically give your kids the SAT or the ACT, or they have the opportunity for you to sign up for it through the school. Obviously, since we are not public schoolers, we are not given that opportunity, so I have to do a little bit more legwork. Now, the SAT is not free, so I do want to be upfront about that. You do pay $60, at least I just paid $60 to sign him up for the SATs. Not the PSAT, not the practice, but the actual SAT is $60 right now. So the SAT is different now than it was definitely when I took it. It seems like the test itself is probably about the same, but some of the questions are a little bit worded differently. Content of their questions are different, but what they're testing is not different. It's still the same. One big change that they have made is that it's all digital now. So when he takes the SAT, it's all gonna be on the computer. So everything is done via computer, and it's not nearly as long as the test was when I took it. When I took it, it was like an entire Saturday afternoon. It was like a 4-hour type of thing. This is like a 2-hour type of thing, and it's all on the computer. It's no more like number 2 pencil Scantron type of booklet. It is all via computer. So as a homeschooler, you're gonna go to the actual SAT website and you're gonna sign up through that website. You just make an account and then you select a date, you fill out some information about your child, and then they are gonna have testing locations near you. So let's talk about prepping for the SATs. So there are a ton of different options, so much more so from when I was a kid, and I wish I had the resources this child has. So let's talk about it. What are we using for SAT prep? I'm using a couple of different things, okay? So first, the only physical item that I bought was this book on Amazon, which he actually does really like this book. He's been using this book for probably about a year, just reading it, leisurely going through everything. This is the SAT Prep Black Book, and I do think that they update this every now and then just to make sure that they're staying with the current SATs. Now, the digital resources. There's a couple of them, but some of them are better than others. I'm gonna explain. So I got my computer over here because I want to be able to make sure that I'm giving you the right information. So if I'm looking, that's what it is over here. All right, so some of these are free, some of them are paid for. I will tell you what is what. So first, IXL. We've been using IXL for years, like since we started homeschooling, because it was one of the things that my child, when he was in public school, used for math practice. Well, they've expanded IXL and they have other things now too, like SATs. So I think it just used to be like math and maybe like one other thing, but I think now they have like science and social studies, and they've added so much more to IXL. And I think I pay, I think $9.99 a month for it, but I only pay for the math portion. Well, they just added an SAT portion, so that is on there if you want to do IXL. If you already have an IXL account, it would be really easy just to, flip over to that. The one that we use the most is a free resource, Khan Academy. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Khan Academy fan in general. However, they work directly with the company that produces the SAT test questions. So they are like sponsored by the SATs. And the questions that they have there are just like the ones on the SAT, which is the only reason that we're using it. And it's free. So they have tons of free practice on there. My son uses that probably 30 minutes a day at least. And it's super easy. He just goes right on the computer after school and just does practice. Super easy peasy, don't have to worry about it. The main thing that we're using for SAT prep is something that I just found out about from my friend at church. And I would have given anything to have this as a kid because this is like the SAT secret sauce. All right, so she told me about this course from HSLDA. Yes, the same HSLDA that we, go through for the Legal Defense Association. That at HSLDA. They have classes, which I did not know that. Did you know that they have classes? I did not know this. They have classes, and one of their classes is called SAT Prep Genius. This is like how to turn the SATs into a game because they explain it on this page, and I'm going to give you the page for this down below in the description box so you can read about it. I am not a sponsor of theirs. I am not an affiliate of theirs. I'm just telling you I found this cool thing and I want to tell you about it because it's amazing. So this page has a video where that's what we watched. And this video basically explains that the SAT isn't testing your child's intelligence. The SAT is a logic test, which I did not realize. I feel silly for not realizing that all these years, but when you're a teenager and you're taking the SATs and you don't get a great score, you just like take it to heart like I must be stupid. No. That's not what the SAT is measuring. The SAT measures logic and your ability to take a test. And this course teaches you how to beat the game. And when you turn it into a game, especially, I don't know if your kids are like mine, but especially like mine, if they think that something is a game, they go into this different mode into their brain and they not only enjoy something, but they enjoy beating it. So that's what this does, okay? So this basically takes your child over a 6-week period, I think. I think it's a 6-week class. It's a Zoom class, okay? So it's like a once or twice a week Zoom class that they're gonna do. And they basically take them through the SATs and show them how to beat the game. They show them clues within each question so they don't have to spend all of their time reading the question. They can figure out from the question what the answer is going to be with different context clues. I hope that I explained that okay. But that's basically what it does, is it breaks down the anatomy of SAT questions and explains it to your kid so they can scan something. They don't even have to read the question. They just scan it, scan the answers, and quickly find it. Because here's the thing about the SATs. The SATs purposely do not give you enough time to read all of the questions, work out all of the problems, and answer. You have, I think, approximately 30 seconds for each question if you do that, and that's not long enough to read those big long passages that they give you for comprehension skills. You have to be able to have the ability to scan those questions and pick out the answer as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you're going to leave a lot of unanswered questions. I know I did. Every single section I had unanswered questions, and I was so frustrated because I never had enough time to read the questions, read the answers, and I felt like I was floundering sometimes. I took my SATs 4 different times, okay, to try to get the best score that I could. Well, this class doesn't just do that for the SATs, it's all tests. So they can use this same strategy for the CLT, for the SAT, for the ACT. This basically takes standardized, it's not just SATs, it's standardized testing. How cool is that? So it's not free, obviously. This class is not free. We paid $300. It's $299. I paid it. I thought it was worth it. And you know why I thought it was worth it? Because my son was doing pretty well with the SATs. However, he was struggling in a couple different areas, and I thought, you know, let's just see what this class is about. Well, they have a trial video that you can see what this class is all about, and they sent it to us for free. You just put in your email type of thing. My son watched this 15-minute video, just one 15-minute video of this whole course. I kid you not, he's been acing his SATs ever since. Now, not all of it, because it's just about one section of the SATs, but he took this little 15-minute class and he has applied it to everything. In all of his SAT practice, he's getting like 100s. He's like acing all of the questions because they taught him one strategy of this entire course. It's amazing. And he was like so excited. He like ran in the room. He was like, it works. It actually works. Like, this isn't, you know, like a gimmick. Like, this actually works. So now he's got this confidence when it comes to testing that I feel like he can't really put a price on. So we signed up for the class. I'm not gonna broadcast on here which class he is in or anything like that because, you know, privacy issues. But he is signed up for the class. He signed up for the SATs, and everything looks like it's going really well. But I did want to tell you guys about this amazing SAT course because I can't believe it works. You have no idea what I would have done for this class. Like, I took extra classes at the community college, like with one-on-one tutors. My mom spent so much money trying to get me ready for the SATs because I felt like I wasn't doing very well and I wanted a higher score because I needed scholarships. And, you know, I never could figure out why I would get almost straight A's in school, but the SATs I floundered on and I could not figure it out. It was so frustrating for me. Now it all makes sense. It's like now all the light bulbs come on, you know, when I start teaching this to my kid. So I did want to tell you guys about that because it's really cool. And if you are going through this, this is something you want in your back pocket as an option. I know it's expensive, but for us, it was worth it. Especially for the types of scholarships we're applying for because we're a military family. So a lot of the scholarships he's applying for only take the SATs. So we need the SATs for scholarship purposes, not really for college entrance. He's going to a trade school, but we need it for scholarship purposes. So I need him to do as well as he can so he can get as much scholarship money as possible. So we're really excited. I'm very excited about this course. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for him. He definitely like enjoyed learning the ins and outs of like how these things work. So I think that was really cool. All right, that's all I got for this video, but I did want to show you guys that because it's really, really neat. And I wish I would have known about this when I was a kid, but now our kids get the opportunity to do it. So really cool stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a great rest of your day and happy homeschooling.